Hi, I'm Tony Hardy, founder and director of Canny Creative, a branding, web design and content creation agency based in Blythe, Northumberland. Welcome to the very first episode of Building Better Brands. So people often ask us, what is branding? Does my business need branding? Will it help? There are loads and loads of questions about branding, but depending who you ask about branding, you're going to get a different answer. Now, in this video, we're going to try and answer 5 different questions to really deep dive under the skin of branding and find out a little bit more. It's not just your logo, it's not just color schemes or typography, that's your brand identity. Branding itself is much larger, it's more strategic, there's a lot more involved than that. It's what's your USP, what are your goals and objectives, who are your customers, and how are you going to reach them. Branding is the foundation that gives you a platform to grow on and helps your business connect to your customers. So why do businesses hire branding agencies to help them? Well, first of all, there's the whole underpinning strategy, your mission, your values, your positioning statement, your tone of voice and communication. And then on top of that, you lay your brand identity. It's not sensible to go ahead and design that on your own, so people bring in a branding agency to help with things like their logo, their color, the marketing materials, what the business cards look like, and all of that kind of advertising, marketing, campaign type work. A good branding agency will bring all of that together in one solid brand guideline document that you can then take to anyone who you're working with at any time and help them get a good understanding of your business and brand. There are a lot of great companies out there doing branding perfectly. Apple have got all their iDevices. You know the look and feel of them devices. You know what an Apple store looks like. It's all those tiny little details, the look, the feel, the lighting, the smell, what the products look like, how it sounds when you take the product out the box. Apple have nailed that technology sector. Amazon, they're diving into customer service at an extreme level. These days, if something goes wrong, rather than you having to post a little thing back, they'll just offer a refund and then sort it out later. There's a lot of things Amazon are doing right. They're turning boxes into child's play items. They're making delivery faster, snappier. You can get products now in 24 hours. If you spend £50 or more in the UK, you can actually sometimes get products within 2 or 3 hours. They're really trying to bump their brand into the customer experience space. McDonald's are another great example of branding done right. Those golden arches are synonymous with the brand, you know exactly what you're getting, and if you're driving home late at night down a motorway, you can spot them a mile off and in you go, burger, Coke, on the road again. So how important is branding for a business? I'm sure you've gathered by now that branding is very important. It builds customer loyalty, it builds recognition, it helps with a lot of different things and your business can't afford to ignore it. Branding is the foundation of your marketing communications. Without it, you're kind of choosing a scattergun approach. You're just making this flyer that looks like that, or popping up a rollout banner on Instaprint just because it's easy. You need a solid foundation in place to help consistently communicate what your business is all about. In fact, no marketing work should be undertaken at all without a solid set of brand guidelines in place and the full understanding of your brand strategy. They need to work synonymously together, and then you can build and layer your marketing on top of that. What should you do if you can't afford professional branding? Well, realistically, you should save up until you've got the budget to spend to work with a branding agency to help you get your branding right. I mean, agencies these days that offer flexible payment plans, credit terms, there are a lot of things you could do. But one thing you definitely shouldn't do is buy it cheap, and then what's going to happen 5 years down the line, things are going to go wrong and you're going to need to do it all again. You should save up, budget properly, and then work something out like a payment plan that works for you and get your branding taken care of professionally. So I hope that gives you an overview of branding, what it is, how it can be used. You need to get your branding taken care of. It is that solid foundation line for all marketing communication. Do it right, do it once, and you'll be off to the races. Remember, like, subscribe below, leave a comment, let us know what you think, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time on Building Better Brands.